Scream 6 generated the biggest opening in the Scream franchise's history, which means Radio Silence has already received the green light for Scream 7. Now, with Scream 7 and really any Scream movie, there is kind of a recipe. There are ingredients that we expect as an audience. You need a killer, iconic opening. You need meta commentary on modern horror tropes. You need a killer reveal or two or three, and you need a star-studded cast. So today, I'm going to give you 3 women that I would love to see join the ranks in this new era of Scream. As always, I encourage you to go down to the comment section and let me know your ideas. Tell me who you want to see join the new core fucking 4, or maybe serve as opposition to them. But here we go. The first person I would like to see join the fray is Mia Goth. Now look, Mia Goth is like a modern horror queen, and this would be pretty fitting in that in Scream 5, in the opening, when Tara gets attacked, she's on the phone explaining to Ghostface that she's all about elevated horror and that most young horror heads are. Well, Mia Goth kind of comes from the elevated horror arena. She has done the Suspiria remake, she's done A Cure for Wellness, she did Pearl, she did X, she'll be in Maxine, and she recently did Infinity Pool. So this is kind of her throne that she sits upon. Thus, you have that meta commentary kind of baked into things. And she already generates name value and interest from the horror crowd. So you'd have people come out to see what her contributions would be. Would she be the new Ghostface? What would that look like? Or would she just be killed off in the opening? You could go any which way with it because she's so versatile. The girl should have not just been nominated, but won an Academy Award this year for what she did in Pearl or X. But alas, we know the Academy Awards have an axe to grind against horror because, well, they're a sham operation. But I digress. Basically, throw her in here and just give her any old thing. Sit back, watch the money come in, and enjoy a marvelous performance because she can be vulnerable, she can be strong, she can be unhinged, she can be wicked, she can be sultry, whatever you need. So basically, you add Mia Goth to it, and it instantly gets better. Name number 2, Laverne. Now, if you're not familiar with her, she is to hardcore horror what Mia Goth was to elevated horror in 2022. What she did in Terrifier 2 awarded her legions of new fans as she became this new instantly iconic final girl. She can be an affable every woman in one instance and an angel-winged sword-wielding badass in the other. And she already went up against Art the Clown, so I think she would fare mighty well against Ghostface. And you could kind of have some fun verbal irony as she remarks on corpses that have been maimed, maybe limbs hacked off, heads decapitated. And this could be something grotesque and gut-wrenching for, say, Sam or Tara, and they could talk about how heinous a sight it is, and her be like, I've seen worse, and them give her a shocked, stupefied look, but we would know what they're getting at here. It'd be a little bit of fun for the audience. Plus, the girl's just got the chops, and I think she's going to be a bona fide star in the future. So this would be a good time for producers and the directing team behind Scream to go ahead and strike while the iron is hot and while she's more affordable. You could get her on board for way less than they did Dermot Mulroney in Scream 6, and I think you'd get a lot more out of it. Think about a trio of Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega, and Lauren Laverne. You'd have just some horror heads out there exploding in glee and delight. She's affable, she's charming, and she has a physicality about her. So you could have her go have an intense fight scene or a chase scene with Ghostface. Or can you imagine if she was unveiled as a Ghostface killer? I think this would be awesome. And now last but certainly not least, Michelle Rodriguez. We've heard so much about Sam and Tara's mother, and she just does not seem like a very nice lady. We know that she was having an affair with Billy Loomis back in high school when everybody knew Sydney was Billy Loomis's girl, and thus she became pregnant with Melissa Barrera's character, Sam. And now here we are, all these events have unfolded, and she's kind of cut the girls out of her life. Like I said, just kind of a mean, nasty lady, apparently. But how about we bring her back then? Because what if Ghostface, in order to try to ensnare the girls once more in his plot, he goes after their mother? That could be a really fun opening sequence. I think she holds enough of a resemblance to the main girls. And she's also about an approximate age with Neve Campbell. I think she's like 4 or 5 years younger than Neve. But I think that's passable, especially because I don't know that it was ever specified that she was in the same graduating class as Sydney and Billy. I think this would work. Now, of course, she's made most of her bucks off of action movies, so she has the physicality. She can do the stunt work. You could do anything. You could get visceral with it, and she could handle it. Plus, she has that mean streak in her, so she could have some real fun dialogue over the phone with Ghostface. And this would be a great way to get the girls back into the thick of things. Great way to kick off Scream 7, way to establish stakes right away, and way to build in more lore for these new characters that we are really starting to become hooked into and attached to. So there you go. I want to see Mia Goth, I want to see Lauren Laverne, and I want to see Michelle Rodriguez. If I can't get all three, that's fine. At least give me one. Those are the three that I want to see in Scream 7. Who would you like to see join the cast? Let me know down below. Hit like, subscribe, all that YouTube, yada, yada, yada. And have yourself a great day. I'm Nate from Nate Flicks saying that's a wrap.